I think the two things that I wanted to focus on the most were self-awareness and confidence as a leader. I'm often placed in situations where I've got to show up with presence and people are watching me and I need to know how I show up. And the self-awareness from this program was really crucial and really important for me. I've been to a lot of leadership development, a lot of professional development, training around being a school leader or leadership in general. And I think the difference between those and this particular program is that those were all focused in theory. And they were great strategies, but they weren't focused on what I need and my needs as a leader. And what I appreciated most about this was the feedback that we received that was individual, and I felt like the program was geared towards me rather than trying to pigeonhole and fit me into the program.
One of the most memorable moments for me throughout the School of Executive Presence program was really the opportunity to practice skills, to get up and speak about things I hadn't shared before or try new things in front of a group. It's one thing to work on it alone, but to actually try things in a community of people who are supportive and who are okay if you mess up a little bit was really crucial to being more comfortable doing those things in front of public audiences later. I was most surprised about the growth I saw in myself over the program. I came into it excited about the opportunity to learn and be part of the cohort, but I don't think I expected how far I would come and how much progress I would make in a short period of time.
One of my most memorable moments occurred the evening of our second retreat. Day one of that retreat, we had just been through an intense business simulation, and that evening we were tasked with working together to prepare and cook a meal and eat together. And I just thought that that was an excellent team building exercise in order to get to know each other on a little bit more informal setting, to understand maybe some other people's perspectives and where they were coming from. It was incredibly intense, uncomfortable by design. It was difficult, necessarily so, but it was incredibly powerful and effective for showing how you show up and what you would need to work on. And I come from an engineering background, very data-driven, performance-oriented, and I would have thought that performance was the most important thing, the most likely factor to influence your career success. And what I learned is that there are other aspects such as your image, how you're seen in the company, and your exposure, how often you get that chance to be present, and your social agility. These factors are just as important, if not more important, than your performance.
So I think some of my most memorable experiences in the program were actually the connections that I made with the other members of the cohort. It was nice knowing that I wasn't going through this alone and that they were having similar experiences in their own places of work as I was dealing with in mine. So it was kind of refreshing to, especially being as young as I am, to know that other people in their roles are dealing with confidence issues, are dealing with personnel issues, and just being able to work through those together. Definitely the toughest situation was the business simulation in the second retreat. I was definitely put outside my comfort zone being the communications director. I clearly don't like speaking in public, but it forced me to make some snap decisions, also something I'm not necessarily comfortable with, but it really forced me to reassess how I approach certain situations and really can pull through in a clutch moment. I think I was most surprised with how much we all grew in such a short amount of time. I noticed Valerie and Craig, which are two members of the cohort who I also work with, I was able to see how the program changed them on a day-to-day basis just because we work so closely together. I think it improved at least my working relationship, not only with them, but my other employees and coworkers. And just being able to see how everyone has progressed in their own careers within the cohort themselves, I thought was really surprising and pretty amazing.